Hey Jacob,
Hey Matt,
what are we driving today?
it is the all-new Lexus RX.
Oh, the all-new Lexus RX. This thing is a huge step up from the previous Lexus RX that frankly didn't do very much for me. This thing is luxurious. It is refined way more so than the previous RX. And it's surprising in both good ways and bad ways, but we'll get to that. In today's review, we're gonna take you for a full exterior tour. What's new for the new RX apart from this ginormous bulge here? Must be harboring all the secrets of Japan, I would think.
Saganaki.
Pretty sure that's Greek.
That's why it's a secret, bro.
We're gonna check out the inside. It is mind-blowingly good. Of course, we're gonna check out the practicality too. We are going to drive it. Does it actually compare with the driving dynamics of a BMW? Spoiler alert. And then we're gonna launch it, which, spoiler alert, is actually pretty surprising. I'll be honest, man, the first thing that surprised me, and not really in a good way, is just how much these things cost. They're not cheap by any stretch. So we're testing the RX350h all-wheel drive. The all-drive is about $6,000 more, and it's probably worth it over the standard RX350h, which is just front-wheel drive. There's also an RX350 that's a bit more performance-oriented. It's got a more powerful engine, but no hybrid system, so I just think, what's the point? And then there's a really expensive $140,000 RX500h, which is very performance-oriented, but it's a lot of money. This one here also has the enhancement pack, and we'll put a list on the screen right now. The main thing to note, though, is you get a nicer interior with the semi-alanine seats and cooled seats, heads-up display, a bunch of stuff that I would have expected as standard anyway at this price point. So yeah, I'm not thrilled that this thing here costs $110,000 drive away. It's a lot of money. But I will give it to them that they've made a pretty beautiful car. I like the headlights here, especially with this little Nike tick there. You've got matrix LEDs, super functional, super bright, good to see. The world's largest spindle grille, including this, which, Jacob, you akin to the nose cone of a 737. And I think I can agree with you. Like,
Absolutely.
What is under there? Is it radars? Like,
It's a small Japanese pilot.
wait till someone's like, oh, you're racist.
God forbid I say the word Japanese.
It happens in like every video where we mention a culture. God forbid. And also, surprisingly, a lot of it isn't plugged up, which is surprising because this one has the 2.5 litre hybrid engine. We'll come back to that, but it's not that powerful, so. You'll also see the Lexus badge here. That's also your radar. It's also got cameras up there. This thing has a really comprehensive safety suite. Some of them quite annoying, as you'll see later in the video. But if you want to read more about that, you can check out the link in the description below. Also, there's a little camera here. This thing does have a pretty good 360 camera.
Yeah.
That's right. It does the job. Let's check out the side. What do you think of the Sonic copper looks, Jacob?
Oh, it adds 10 horsepower.
I don't know if I love it.
I actually think I like it. It's better than just like the grandpa Lexus brown.
It is true, but it's like rose gold. I don't know. Some people will love it. Let me know in the comment section. Do you agree with Jacob or me? Check out these wheels though. They are enormous. I love how they've got that gunmetal finish to them. They're wrapped in Bridgestone Alenza tires, which are decent tires, nothing too special. Coming to the rest of the exterior, you're gonna notice a bunch of chrome all across the side. An interesting fact about this is that the door handles don't actually move. They've got a little button, which is interesting, right? Because usually manufacturers try and make them as flat as possible for aerodynamics. So I wonder if that does anything, or maybe it's just all a load of Anyway, check out the privacy glass though. It's really tinted windows, and I love how it kind of wraps across the back. This is like a true floating roof design, and I love the lack of black scratchy plastic, just a little bit down there. It's pretty good looking SUV, man.
Dude, it's beautiful from the side.
In fact, I would say it's beautiful. I would say this is a beautiful art piece of a SUV, which frankly is like a juxtaposition. What about the boutte though? I'm gonna be totally honest with you, man. I think that the back, even though it's beautiful, it's hard to distinguish this and the Lexus NX that we've also reviewed.
That's true, actually. I'm starting to think all the new Lexuses look the same from
They
the
look
back.
really similar. It's not a bad thing necessarily. I mean, it's a beautiful design. I really like this light bar, how Lexus is spelt out there. You also have minimal badging. You've got the RX350h all-wheel drive. Maybe that's not so minimal, but it still looks good. Very dark tinted privacy glass there, and also a really subtle but beautiful spoiler. I don't even know how to describe it. So really, this was actually one of the biggest things that surprised me, is just how good this thing looks, man.
Oh, absolutely. Looks stunning.
But wait till you see the interior. Let's check that out. Alrighty, so the interior of the Lexus RX. This is, of course, where you notice the luxury and the refinement. This thing feels like a huge step up over the last RX, which was already really, really good. To be fair, this does have that $7,000 package, so it means you get these semi-Alanine seats, really comfortable seats. They're more like loungers than anything else, but I don't mind that. They do have this beautiful suede on them too. They feel premium, and they also are adjustable in a trillion different ways, including your leg support, which I really appreciate. So when you sit inside, you're just like, wow, this is pretty nice. It's also really quiet in here, as you would expect for a Lexus. They definitely pay a lot of attention to NVH, noise, vibration, and harmonics, except for up here. I get a lot of road noise through the roof, so it makes me think, is like the glass a bit thin? I'm not too sure. Of course, everywhere you touch is soft touch materials, and I mean soft touch. And I love this suede all across the interior. Again, super premium place to be, and that surprised me. Like, I don't know why I was surprised it's a Lexus, but it feels like they've gone a step forward, which is hard to do when you're already kind of at the top. This definitely feels more premium in here than its German competitors. There is no doubt. Price for price, it feels amazing. You even get leather here, so when you whack your leg against the center console, it's not painful. The center armrest is also really well padded. You can open it 2 different ways, and there's plenty of storage on the inside. The glove box, you open that up, and it's covered in like a microfiber to stop things from rattling around. That's good to see too. And clearly a lot of thought has been put into ergonomics, because you have a little storage area here with a wireless charger, 3 USB-C ports and a USB-A port. The cup holders are a decent size, but it's got a little party trick. You press a button and you can make it shorter if you have 2 small cups of coffee, for example. Really good attention to detail. The steering wheel feels incredible in the hands. You've got wood on it, and there's wood in the interior too. The only thing I don't love, and this is part of that package, so it almost would make me not want it, is these touch capacitive buttons. Like, they're fine, but they're a little bit annoying. They're a bit distracting. They come up on the heads-up display. You can turn that off, but then they just come up in the screen in front of you. I don't know, not my favorite, man.
No.
It's when tech just goes a little bit too far. Kind of like the safety systems, you'll see this little screen up in front of me that has IR cameras blasting into my face. What it's looking for is me looking away as I'm driving. Fine, great. I love safety tech. But this just is like nanny state. You know, I look away for a second, not on my phone. Maybe I'm looking down there into my cup holder, and it's like, look at the road. Oh, at least that's how it feels, you know?
Yeah, in reality, it's just like, beep.
Yeah. Look at the road. There's good and bad aspects to the technology here. So up in front of you, you get a little screen, and it doesn't show very much, certainly not class leading. It's fine, does the job, but it's like lower resolution than competitors. Don't love it. And there's like a huge juxtaposition between that and this screen here. It's 14 inches, massive, one of the biggest screens out there. It's super responsive to the touch. You've got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Huge step up from Lexus of the past. Unfortunately, a lot of your climate controls are within the screen, but they do have a dedicated space down the bottom, so I can't complain too much. It's probably the best digi-analog system for air conditioning control. The seats are heated across the range, and we have the package, so that means we get the heated steering wheel, and we also get the cooled seats. You do have some buttons down here. You can put the car in EV mode only, assuming that the battery has enough charge in it. Whenever I try, it doesn't. You've also got a little terrain button there that just helps with your traction when you're going kind of on loose gravel, whatever. And the other bit of really cool tech is the rear view mirror, because it's actually a camera. Wait.
What?
Yeah, I can see straight out the back, super bright, good definition. I like it. Let's check out the back seats. Okay, so back seats, what's it like back here? Well, first of all, I didn't mention this, but you've actually got a little button here. That's your door release. It's interesting. I don't know if I love it, but it's okay.
Yeah, it seems to be like completely electronic, right?
Yeah, completely. So some people love it. It's okay. I have heaps of leg room back here, heaps of toe room, and heaps of headroom. I'm 5'11" and sit pretty far back, so that's good. You get the same semi-Alanine leather back here with that suede material on it too. You of course have a center armrest with a little storage area there and some cup holders too. That's all nice to see. I'm also really appreciating this giant panoramic sunroof back here, because it really lightens up the interior. Without it, it would be pretty dark, I'm not gonna lie. These seats back here are heated, and they're also cooled. You also get a 3rd zone of climate and 2 more USB-C ports. So I think you got more USB-C ports than you could possibly charge with. Also, map pocket there too. The quality of the materials back here are fantastic. And I did mention this, but the Mark Levinson sound system, really good.
Next level.
Next level good. And also your kids can block out the pervy sun with a little sun blocker there. So that's all good. Jacob, what do you think?
I love it.
It's a nice place to be.
You look really comfortable
I
sitting
feel
in
pretty
there.
comfortable. Oh, did I forget to mention this? Oh.
Now that's even better.
That is good. Let's check out the practicality. Alrighty, so coming to the bum, what can it fit inside of itself? Well, power tailgate, that's pretty good. You get a huge amount of room here. The interesting thing is that you used to be able to get the L, which had 7 seats, but Lexus are not doing that anymore. And they say because they're planning on bringing a new 7-seater to sit between this and the LX that we've also reviewed. And even though it hasn't been officially announced, it's very likely that that's going to be the new Lexus GX, which is the Prado-based Lexus. Just interesting fact. Under here, you do get a little bit of storage and a tire repair kit. No spare wheel under here, and that's because you have the extra motor. So if you get the all-wheel drive variant, you're just going to have that tire goo kit. Also, all you need to do is press these 2 buttons here. The rear seats fold forward, and then you get a huge amount of room. So it is very practical. Although personally, I'd probably just go for the NX if I'm getting a 5-seat Lexus anyway, and save yourself quite a lot of cash. Jacob, let's take this thing for a drive.
Let's do it.
All right, bro, we're gonna put the car into sport mode. Let's launch it. Fist me.
Let's do this.
Oh,
Pretty talky off the line.
absolutely is.
Here we go.
Oh.
It's not bad.
0 to 100 in 8.08 seconds.
It's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Alrighty, friend, driving the Lexus RX.
Thought you'd never ask.
I'm not gonna lie, right? It's not a riveting drive.
Really? I thought R in the RX stood for riveting.
So no, this isn't gonna knock your socks off in its outward performance. So here we have the 2.5 litre 4-cylinder petrol hybrid. Puts out 184 kilowatt of combined power. They don't actually give us a output for torque.
They never do.
They never bloody do. They just don't want
Oh,
to.
stick. Oh,
All of that power is sent through to the front wheels, so there is an electric motor on the rear that can provide short little bursts of power.
oh. Bit of body roll there.
Bit of body roll, but it handles like it decently well. Here's the thing about Lexus products in general, and I hate when other journalists say this. No, it doesn't like drive as well as you will find in, for example, a BMW, especially with the handling wise.
No way.
What it does well is comfort. It is really comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a nice place to sit and cruise. You're never tempted to floor it. Because one, it uses up petrol, and right now we're averaging 6.3 litres per 100 kilometres, which is fantastic in such a large vehicle. It doesn't sound good in any way. It's not like fast, so you never do it.
No.
You just kind of chill. The annoying thing now, though, is that we have to just take our eyes off the road. Oh my God, where is it? Where is it, Sport? There.
At least the buttons are huge, so you can't miss them.
The steering wheel does become really heavy.
Ooh.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Oh, you can feel the adaptive dampers. Like,
You really
tighten up
can,
heaps.
right?
Yeah.
So this is definitely the most noticeable part of it. I'm not going to say it's a corner cover, but it does a decent job.
You know what? This makes me want to try out that Lexus RX500. I think that'd be so sick.
Exactly. So the other two engines that we didn't mention as we go through these twisties and understeer a little bit.
Very wafty.
Come on, baby. Ooh. The other two engines you can get is a turbo petrol 4-cylinder that doesn't have any sort of hybridification. That's a word, I think.
I think it goes all right.
Oh, and that has almost hot hatch levels of power. Put that on the screen now. The other one is a, oh my God, it's another tree. We have to go off the road there. Jeez.
At least you saw that one.
Oh, thank God for the dynamic handling of this car, bro. Or we could have just died.
Riveting.
The other engine is on that Lexus RX500, the F Sport Extreme Edition, which comes with, what is it, like 274 kilowatt of power or something?
Pretty much bang on, yeah.
So that would be quite a lot of fun. So let us know if you want us to review that one. It's not like, again, insanely quick, but it'd be pretty decent.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, guess where we are?
Oh, my favorite place on earth, Saucy Corner.
Saucy Daddy Corner. For whatever reason, we're going to brake boost launch it. Tickle my tiny little pickle.
Ooh.
Oh,
Hear the electric
I
motor there?
did. It was like, it's kind of the sound it made. All right, let's go up the first hairpin. Whoa, that's actually surprisingly good.
What the hell?
I'm shook. I'm shook by this. Oh, understeer.
Bro,
Okay, you
it
know
did
what?
not want to lose grip at all.
No, at pretty disastrously fast speeds for this car around a corner, it does quite well. That's actually quite surprising.
Jeez.
I still stand by that a BMW X3 would go up there better,
Oh, yeah.
but it would do so in a more stiff fashion. So, you know, you kind of trade off that comfort for that sportiness. The last thing I want to mention, because no one seems to be mentioning this, is how annoying the safety systems are. It
Bro,
beeps.
it yells at you.
It yells. We were on the phone and it constantly yells because of the little camera right up in front of you. It's just like unreal.
I will say, though, it hasn't beeped once while we've been driving.
I gotta wonder
so-
why. I guess I'm not on my phone like I was when I was
Yeah,
talking to you, and I'm just
true.
like this.
That's how you drive.
That's how I drive.
Since you came back from America.
Nobody do that. All right, shall we get into our final thoughts? All right, so final thoughts on the new Lexus RX. This thing is 100% luxurious. It's 100% refined, and it is surprising, both in good ways and not so good ways. Let's be honest, this thing is really expensive now. It did surprise me with its looks. I think it's beautiful. The interior is phenomenal. Just when you think that Lexus can't do a better interior, they surprise you and they do a better interior. The driving experience is, I would call it sedate. And for most people, that is all you want, that's all you need. But if you want driving dynamics, it's just, you know, a BMW is gonna drive better. Let's just be totally honest. But it probably won't be as comfortable. So you gotta pick your battles. I really like it with the hybrid engine. I think it's just a complete package. So overall, I'm pleasantly surprised. But there are some things that, could probably be a bit better. Jacob, what do you think?
Oh, I think it's just a stunning car. I love it.
Yeah.
I think if you're after a luxurious car, it's perfect.
There you go. Let us know what you guys think down in the comment section. Just below that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We would love to have you around.
We would.
Ooh. Click over there to watch our Lexus NX review. This thing's smaller and frankly better price sibling. And if you want to see this thing's total juxtaposition, check out the X3M, which is wild. Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.